Welcome to Literature TV. Now it is time to give you and to show you how you can write a short summary chapters of the book, which may take a long time to read. So you write what is very interesting and what is very important. So here the book is the Peal. It has a chapters from chapter 1 to chapter 6. We will interpret into English, but remember previously we have uploaded chapter 1 and is explained from English to Kinyarwanda to help the people to understand what this book is about. Yeah, it is very interesting. So after this, you will continue to follow explanations of chapter summaries from English to Kinyarwanda as it has been done in chapter 1. So means that we remain with 5 chapters. Take your time and follow the content of this book. It will be very interesting, and there are some questions that are designed to be answered by you. Let's start by chapter 1. Mexican Indian pearl diver named Kino and his wife Joanna have their son Coyotito live near the village of La Paz on the Pacific coast of the Baja Peninsula. They are a happy but not rich family. One day in the morning, Coyotito is stung by a scorpion and go to the white doctor, but he refused to cure their son because they are poor natives, which caused Kino to get very angry, to punch the doctor's gate and blooded. They left sadly. So when and where does this story take place? Who are the characters? What happens to Coyotito? Describe the character of the parents. So you see that here in short, there is a big problem of the family whose the son is stung by a scorpion, but they are poor. They went to see the doctor, but the doctor did not care for them, did not receive them, did not give them the service. It is because they are poor. Poverty is a big challenge. Let us see in chapter 2 what happens in this chapter. Because they have no other choice, they decide to look for pearl that may give them much money to pay the doctor. The family is happy after Kino discovering the pearl. Kino cuts the shell open to reveal the biggest pearl that either of them has ever seen. They celebrate, and the neighbors too come to help them to celebrate. Yeah, in this chapter, after being turned down by the doctor, the husband is not happy. You have understood that he punches the gate and blooded. Then they decided to go to look for something which is very interesting, which can give them money, and they have discovered the biggest pearl, and they are happy now. And even the neighbors come to help them to celebrate for this discovery. What will happen after discovering this pearl? Will they get much money as they are expecting to? Let's hear the following chapter. It is chapter 3. What happens in this chapter which is new? Let's go. Chapter 3, the discovery of the pearl makes Kino and his family famous everywhere, and everyone wished to have it, even the doctor who previously refused to care for Coyotito. Kino starts outlining the problems that will be finished by the pearl, like church wedding, education for their son, new clothing for the family. In the evening, the doctor comes under the pretense of curing Coyotito, but Kino does not trust him. After the doctor, there comes a thief to steal the pearl. Kino fights him with a knife. The pearl started causing insecurity and evil as Joanna tells her husband, but Kino never mind. You see that their discovery now start bringing them the problems that they did not have in the previous life. Some people think that wealth is something which can give you happiness, but on the other side, it can be a daydreaming. You see that Kino now start fighting, start not sleeping because of the Peal. Let's see in chapter 4 what happens in this chapter. What have you understood? Chapter 4. Word spread throughout the town of La Paz that Kino will be selling his great pearl. When going to sell it, the dealers and buyers betrayed it and gave Kino a few money, but Kino rejected their payment and finally returned with it without selling it. It is a bad day. In fact, he decided to sell it in the capital on the next day. You see that now in this chapter, Kino, after discovering the pearl, the problems go on. Now, all people in the area, in the place, know that Kino will be selling that great pearl and will have much money. So, but really, it was a bad day because when Kino went to sell this pearl, he didn't sell it because the buyers have betrayed it and give him the money, which amount of money which Kino did not accept. Has taken a decision of going to sell it in another market in the capital. What will happen? Chapter 5. When Kino is in half sleep, Joanna, his wife, wakes up to throw the pearl she previously compared with evil into the sea. Kino follows her attentively and grabs the pearl from her and beats her seriously. When Kino returns home with the pearl, the men attacked her and then killed them, but the pearl has lost on the way. His wife picked up and gave it to her husband, who was in cellar hoping to lose it. Their house is burnt, and hide to Joanna, Thomas, and Apollonia, his wife. You see that here, because Joanna has already discovered that the pearl is bringing more problems, has decided to throw it into the sea, but Kino catches her before throwing it and beats her seriously. It was very bad. And on the way, Kino is attacked and nearly be killed, but fortunately, he killed the attackers but lost his pearl. Then the wife has already picked up the pearl and give it back to her husband. But their house is burned. What will happen? Let's see chapter 6. On a clear windy night, Kino, Joanna, and Coyotito begin their long march north, avoiding the sleeping town. They wanted to sell their pearl, but unfortunately, the trekkers attacked them, wanting to steal the pearl. Coyotito cries and they shoot him to death, and Kino killed them too as revenge. Finally, Kino accepted to throw the pearl where it came from, because it has been the source of evil. Their house was burned, their canoe destroyed, and even their son died. The pearl is thrown into the sea. This is the end of the story. You see that here, in the end of the story, Coyotito is killed by the trekkers, by the thief. And again, the pearl is thrown into the sea as Joanna, Kino's wife, had suggested it before, because she had already discovered that the pearl is a big challenge for them. Thank you for being with us. This was the short summary of